Tennis has a problem. A year on the Pro Tour can cost a player in the region of $150,000. It's a lonely sport, a heck of a lot of travel, and if you're outside the top 10, chances are most people won't even know who you are. If you're Alcaraz or Sinner, it's okay. But what if you're not? You might only be taking home around $40,000, or even less. Year after year of injury and burnout, with an unreasonably small salary to show for it. For that middle tier of players who are still world-class, but not quite top 100, it's just not sustainable. I've spent the last week in Atlanta, Georgia, uncovering an alternative. This is Intense, a new kind of tennis league, and they're asking a real question. What if, as a tennis player competing at the challenger or futures level, the sport didn't have to be just about survival?
I feel like I've been waiting my whole career to play an event like this.
But before we get there, we've got to understand what it is that actually has to change.
It is tricky to go into a sport where you're just like, man, surviving financially, even if it's for a year, it's gonna be really difficult. So
if you're ranked outside the top 100, your expenses wipe out most of your prize money, easily.
I think is the baseline nowadays. It is about $40,000 to play a full year, so.
Karue cites flights and hotels as some of the biggest expenses, but there's less obvious ones too. Take medical insurance. The tour gives players some assistance, but not nearly enough, and the resources and benefits are frequently allocated to the top of the sport, not exactly where they're needed. The thing is, these cost issues are top-down. Better money comes with bigger audiences, and you could argue that tennis as entertainment just isn't quite fit for the purpose anymore. If you're a total newbie, the scoring is complicated, the matches are long, the season, well, it's even longer. Broadcasting is all over the place, and the smaller tournaments feel disconnected. And that's a huge problem for our players competing outside of the top tour events. These days, and I mean, I'm a content creator myself, so I should know, it's all about marketing yourself and getting yourself out there. But the players outside of the top 10 to 20 in the world rarely get the opportunity to build themselves a consistent brand or showcase their personality. Chalk it up to a lack of media opportunities, or the tour is just not offering enough support at this level, but when you think about the players outside of the top 200, we almost have no idea who they are. When you take a look at sports outside of tennis, you can say that the world of sports marketing has modernized. F1's gone big on its storytelling, and the NBA is full of personalities. Even baseball, my other favorite sport, shortened its games. But when you look at tennis, well, I think it's pretty obvious to say, but the sport still needs to catch up. And that's where these guys come in. This is Intense. Based here in Atlanta, Georgia, it's a new way of showcasing tennis and a new way for players to have a secure and stable tennis career. The mechanics of the points are the same. Serve, return, forehand, backhand, volley. But it's designed to reward different things. Different point construction, different serve-return dynamics, and maybe the craziest part, team participation. The setup is simple. There are 10 teams, each with a coach and 8 players, 4 men and 4 women. Instead of games or sets, teams play bolts. That's 10 minutes on the clock of continuous play, as many points that can be played in that time. An unforced error is 1 point, a clean winner counts for 2. And instead of a match, teams play arcs, which are made up of 7 bolts, each one with a different configuration of team members. 2 of men's and women's singles, and 1 each of men's and women's doubles, and of course, mixed doubles. All the points stack up, and the highest total score at the end of all 7 bolts wins. It's important to note that every point counts in the overall scoreline, and in case of a tie, 1 deciding point determines the winner. Simple, right? Well, simple but effective. It's still tennis, but it comes with a completely different set of strategies and a real team spirit.
It becomes a lot more about trust, a lot more about player game, do your thing, trust, because you don't have time to strategize and figure the other guy out. No.
Plus, I hate to say it as somewhat of a purist myself, but with its fast pace and fun action, it's more digestible for the information age, where attention spans are diminishing by the minute. The teams play lets, and there are no second serves. In fact, players only get 1 toss to keep things moving. The result of this seemingly chaotic rule set, on every point, the ball is put in play immediately. It goes to show a broader theme around Intense, which is that time is of the essence, and this is what CEO Charles Allen had to tell me.
It's increased the point production. So we generate 3.5 to 4.5 times as many points per minute as traditional tennis. And that makes it something that people really can't take their eyes off.
Oh, and the part that's maybe least like traditional tennis, fans are allowed to make as much noise as they want. And it's actually encouraged. Imagine hearing this every time you're about to serve. Man, I couldn't do it. Some of these innovations might upset the more traditional tennis fans. Why are all these changes even necessary? And why are they changing the soul of the sport?
We have a lot more play, faster paced, only one serve, so we see more rallies, and so it's better for the fans as well. And then when you throw it that it's indoors, it's also a more enjoyable experience. You know, today we have rain coming up. Well, we get to play. When fans come inside to view a sport, they're looking to feel something. They're looking to experience something. We're providing the experience that we think has been missing for a lot of tennis fans in traditional tennis.
Part of what it's about is creating a community, similar to the NBA or NFL, where fans are loyal to their local teams. And the further goal of that loyalty is building a connection between fans and individual players.
When you experience it live, you're like, wow, this was fun. And it's a word that a lot of tennis players and fans don't use often, especially when they play. You know, you see a lot with just players when they go out there and they play bad, they just want to leave. But here, even if you don't play well, you're around your friends.
Those personalities are what make up a team.
It's difficult to love the player who's 40 in the world, because you as a kid, you love the guy who's winning. And here, the hope is that the team matters more.
And you can feel that team spirit all around the INTENNSE campus.
So all of these boys, they're like 16, 17. They're actually really good players. We're really like building a community around it.
It means the players look after each other and can pick up any slack for each other when they need it most.
You receive a ball from your teammate, a ball keeper. A ball person at the back of a court is not just a stick figure. In traditional tennis, sometimes open to abuse. Now they're actually part of your team. It's your teammate, and your teammate has to give you a ball when you need that ball.
It's not like you can play your way into a match. Like when the arc starts, like you have 20 minutes of men's singles, and if you're not firing right from those first 4 minutes, then it's important for me as a coach to sub that person out and give someone else an opportunity.
And that's where this whole thing started. INTENNSE's CEO, Charles, got into tennis when his kids did, so he knows the importance of family support.
I had a background in technology, and I started playing with data and understanding how far families were traveling for points, how much they were spending for points. We created a support infrastructure for those professional players and an engagement model that made people feel like they belong somewhere, that they're building meaningful connections.
I love tradition and an arcane scoring system as much as the next tennis fan, but that's the thing about INTENNSE. They've recognized a problem that they're now actively working to solve.
We don't know how good these players could have been, and our bet is that these players are significantly better than their rankings if given the proper environment.
Part of what we're doing is not just let's make it more financially viable to take this deep talent pool and showcase the amazing talents that people have, but let's also create a structure that helps people be their best self.
If players are happier, chances are fans are happier too. And the more fans are invested, the more money they bring in. Because this is the real benefit of the INTENNSE model, financial security for the players. Which, as I've been finding out, doesn't come super lightly on the tennis tour.
I'm like ranked around 500 now, and even, I mean, when INTENNSE came into picture and they were like 40,000 for 2 months minimum. I mean, when are you gonna make that as a 500 player? Like, never.
Not only that, they get at least a $1,500 bonus for every win. So in a 2-month stint, you can earn up to $70,000 or even more. Costs are also minimal with in-house physios, stringers, coaching, food, mental health support, you name it. That means that your take-home pay for 2 months with INTENNSE could be the same or potentially way more than what you might take home in a year on tour.
Do I have money for this? Do I need to go play here? Do I need to do this training because it's free? Do I need to do this training because I can afford it? Do I need to hire a coach for this tournament? It's just kind of a burden that's like always on you, and it's been lifted off at this event at INTENNSE. It's a factor of like convenience and, you know, that I can survive out here, but it's also, it makes it feel more fulfilling what we do, I guess. When I came here, I've never been so accepted and celebrated for, you know, who I am outside of tennis, outside of sport.
And that's the thing about INTENNSE. The fan experience is also super intimate. I mean, I'm just steps away from the court right now, and honestly, I don't think I can name another tournament where you can get this close to the action and very much be a part of what's going on court. Although the product is optimized for the fan experience, its equal priority is looking after player well-being. But how does this fit in with, for lack of a better word, conventional tennis?
What Intense is doing is they're giving an opportunity for these players to come and be drafted and play in this, first of all, really awesome event, but maybe they can, if you're getting 40,000, you're a first round draft pick, maybe they can go and play more tournaments and get their foot in the door and then start making a little bit more and get a ranking and stuff. Right?
You might even come back to the tour a better player.
Every point that you're playing has a lot of implications and has a lot of pressure. So when you go back out onto the Pro Tour and you're playing and every point's worth one, you've got juice to rely on to make sure that you don't get broken and all of these things, your handling of pressure situations will be much, much improved.
Or you might just stay with Intense for good, because they've got big plans.
The challenge for us is to figure out how to take this and make it more portable so that we can go out into city-based models and create city-based teams and actually have a facility owned by a team like other sports that can be a center for community engagement, not just for the sport of tennis, because we in fact are using this arena for other sports. And so in addition to building this model for tennis specifically, we're intersecting with how even universities needs to change their engagement model.
It's not going to replace the thrill of a tight 5-setter at Wimbledon or overshadow the big names like Sinner or Alcaraz anytime soon. But what the league is doing is looking out for the smaller names, the names a casual fan might not know. And that's what's invaluable. I can honestly say that coming into Atlanta, I was pretty skeptical. I mean, after all, I used to work with World Team Tennis. But after experiencing the arcs for myself, looking at the product, looking at how easily digestible this format is, regardless of your tennis knowledge, and then looking at the player side, looking at how bought in everyone is on not just putting on a good show, but actually promoting the league itself, I can say that if Intense keeps going on its current trajectory, this league is gonna be here for a long time. Maybe this is how tennis finally gets with the program. Guys, we had a blast here in Atlanta, and huge thanks to Intense for having us out here at the arena. It was a blast getting to know the players, creators, and staff behind the event, and I can honestly say that the ticket is more than worth the price of admission. If you're in Atlanta, or if you like to travel for tennis, I can honestly say check out Intense, and I'll leave the link in the description for tickets down below. And as always, guys, until next time, keep going for the lines. I forgot I have to look at the camera. Still. All right.